Hey, what's up, everybody? Ralph here. So I just want to give you a quick update about what's going on with the student loan forgiveness. So these past 2 weeks, obviously, the White House has been, pushing out news saying how everybody should apply for the program. So I think the applications have been coming out, and a lot of people have been applying for it. So I think it's about like 22 million people have already applied for the student loan forgiveness program. And so these past 2 weeks, I've just been keeping up to date to figure out this news, like to see when it's going to happen. Because I also knew there was lawsuits happening as well, and I was keeping up with the states that were trying to sue, trying to get blocks, or just trying to obviously block the student loan forgiveness from happening. And obviously, like this past week, you've been seeing, if you've been reading, like a lot of the courts have been knocking it down. So these states and these other loan businesses have been coming in asking the courts to shut it down, but the courts have been throwing it out. So as I kept up with it, I also read a report that I think as soon as Sunday, like tomorrow, which is the 23rd, they were going to start forgiving the loans. So I was like, oh, you know what, this is probably not going to happen. I think as of last night, a report came in how one of the court's appeals are putting a pause to us. I was like, oh wow. So I mean, like, what happened? So I read, came up with the article, and I was like, all right, so they were able to get one court to stop it from happening for now, and it's just temporary, as they put a pause in it to figure out how they want to go about it. Or I guess it allows time for these states and these loan businesses to come up with a better argument for why they should stop the student loan forgiveness from happening. So I came across this article on CNN Politics. And it says what? So a federal appeals court put a temporary administrative hold on President Joe Biden's student loan forgiveness program, barring the administration from canceling loans covered under the policy while the court considers to challenge it. The order from the 8th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals comes in a case brought by 6 Republican states asking for a preliminary injunction to halt the policy after a district court dismissed the case earlier this week. The effort is separate from the Wisconsin taxpayers group challenge to the program that was recently rejected by the Supreme Court. So like I said, there's like a bunch of, obviously you see the 6 states that are trying to stop it, but they have like also other groups that are trying to do it as well, and a lot of the courts knock those down based on for a variety of different reasons. But it seems like these 6 states were able to at least stop, like hold it temporarily from happening. So I mean, obviously they're probably trying to figure out like how they want to go about it. So the fact that they were able to get it held for now temporarily just seems like what's going on. You want to figure out what's going on, but it's gonna be you should be able to get a decision based on this fairly quickly. So it says the appeals court gave the administration until Monday to respond to the state's request, and the states will have until Tuesday to reply to the response. The states had asked the appeals court to act before Sunday, the earliest date for the Biden administration had said it would grant student loan discharges. So basically, what it says is that the courts put the hold on this now. And they gave the White House until Monday to respond to it. And then once the White House responds to it, then the states will have until Tuesday, the next day, to respond to that. So like I said, you should probably get something very quickly, or you should get a decision made very quickly based on the report. So in response to the pause, the White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre encouraged borrowers to apply for relief, saying that the administration will continue to move full speed ahead in the preparations and compliance with this order. The fight back against Republican legal efforts to the program. Tonight's temporary order does not prevent borrowers from applying for student debt relief at studentaid.gov, and we encourage eligible borrowers to join the nearly 22 million Americans whose information the Department of Education already has. It does not prevent us from reviewing these applications and preparing them for transmission to loan servicers. The lawsuit, which was filed last month, was dismissed on October 20th by a lower court judge who ruled that the plaintiffs did not have the legal stand to bring the challenge. And another win for Biden, that same day, the Supreme Court Justice Amy Coney Barrett declined to refer the challenge from the Wisconsin taxpayers group to the full court. Biden administration is also facing lawsuits from Arizona Attorney General Mark Brnovich and conservative groups such as the Job Creators Network Foundation and Cato Institute. Many of the legal challenges claimed that the Biden administration does not have legal authority to broadly cancel student loan debt. Lawyers for the government argued that the Congress gave the Secretary of Education the power to discharge debt in the 2003 law known as the HEROES Act. So you guys already know how that's going on. The reason, obviously, for a lot of people, one side, I mean, a lot of people feel that President Joe Biden did was illegal, that he didn't have the authority. That authority is usually given to him by Congress, and Congress never voted for this, obviously because it will never pass. But I guess, obviously Joe Biden is using the HEROES Act to allow him to get authority to do that. But obviously, like you see all these different states challenging it because they don't feel that he has the authority to do so. So me personally, like, it's 50-50 if this is going to happen. I have no idea. Obviously, you see a lot of people challenging it. It's kind of ridiculous that it's going through this, and the fact that, obviously a lot of people want their loans forgiven, but there's obviously people on the other side saying, it's not fair. And it's obviously, if you're someone that's looking into this, you can see that this is, a ploy to obviously gain voice. You got the midterms coming up. Because my thing is this: why didn't President do this earlier? Why didn't he do this when he first got it? Or if he had the authority to do this already, why didn't he do it? He waited obviously till now, when midterms are coming. Obviously, you want to get votes. That's a way to get votes, and it's gonna just create a lot of chaos. And then you knew people were gonna challenge it, so it's just gonna create a lot of chaos. And for a lot of people that are waiting to get their votes, forgiven, they're gonna have to wait a little bit longer. But maybe, who knows? Let's see how long it takes, because obviously they have till the White House has until Monday to a response, and then the states have until Tuesday to respond to them. So I'm thinking you're supposed to get, we should probably know something by Tuesday or Wednesday. But who knows? You know how courts are. They just take a long time to decide things, and it's gonna be tough for a lot of people that are waiting to get their loans forgiven, that were hoping to get it forgiven, by tomorrow, the 23rd, and then now they're gonna have to wait a little bit longer. So it's gonna be interesting to see. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna keep up with it, see what's going on. Obviously, come Monday, Tuesday, there'll be more news on it, and I'll make sure to report on that. So that's all I got for you guys now. If you got any comments or questions, make sure to leave it down below. Hit the like button, share, and if you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe. All right, so you guys take care. Have a good one. Later.